the babysitting job that went horribly wrong. I took the babysitting job because I was broke, plain and simple. At 19, I was juggling community college classes during the day and a part-time gig at a coffee shop at night, and it still wasn't enough to cover rent, gas, and the never-ending stack of bills that seemed to mock me every time I opened my mailbox. So when a woman named Mrs. Larkin walked into the cafe one slow Tuesday afternoon and overheard me talking to my coworker about needing extra work, she wasted no time in making an offer. "I've been looking for someone responsible to watch my 2 kids," she said, sliding her business card across the counter with nails so sharp they clicked against the laminate. "They're easy. Bedtime by 9. You'll barely notice they're there." It sounded like the easiest money I'd ever make. I remember holding her card in my hands that night, the words "evening babysitter needed" scribbled neatly in blue ink, and thinking how lucky I was. She lived in the nicer part of town. The kind of neighborhood where the lawns were perfectly trimmed, the cars in the driveways were all less than 3 years old, and the air somehow smelled faintly of lavender, no matter the season. It felt safe. Too safe, maybe. But when you're 19 and desperate, safety isn't your first concern. Money is. The first night I went over, I dressed a little nicer than usual, trying to look like someone trustworthy enough to watch kids. Mrs. Larkin opened the door before I could even knock. She was in her late 30s, tall, with this unsettlingly perfect smile, like every tooth had been sculpted by a dentist who charged triple what I could afford. She ushered me in quickly, barely introducing me to the kids before rattling off instructions. No sweets after dinner, no TV after 8, bedtime at 9 sharp. Don't let them play in the basement. She emphasized that last rule so strongly that I felt my stomach twist, though. At the time, I brushed it off as just a quirky house rule. The kids, Emma, 7, and Lucas, 5, were polite, almost unnervingly so. They said hello, gave me small waves, and went back to coloring quietly at the kitchen table. No tantrums, no backtalk, none of the chaos I expected from young kids. At first, I thought I had hit the jackpot. The house itself was beautiful, too. Open floor plan, warm lighting, walls lined with family portraits that seemed just a little too staged, like something out of a stock photo catalog. The whole place gave off this vibe of perfection that in hindsight felt suffocating. That first shift went fine. I gave the kids dinner, played a board game with them, and tucked them into bed at exactly 9, like I was told. Mrs. Larkin got home around 11, paid me in crisp 20s, and asked if I could come back the next Friday. Of course, I said yes. Who wouldn't? But by the second night, something felt off. I noticed that Emma kept glancing